Good holy everyone, I am Claire Jean B. Ibon, a BA Ed second year college, and I'll be explaining to you how to play the ball and play at the net. Service attempt and screening. The screening rule in volleyball means that the volleyball players in position 2, 3, and 4 close to the net from a team that is to make a starting action or a serve, interfere with their bodies or their hands and prevent the opponent's receivers to have a clear view on the server. Ang server ay maaaring maghagis at makakuha ng masamang paghagis hanggat walang swinging motion ang ginawa upang subukang magsilbi. Ang opisyal ay hihipan ng sipol upang ihinto ang serbisyo. Pagkatapos ay sumenyas muli para sa pagsisilbi. Ang server ay pinapayagan lamang ng isang muling paglingkod sa bawat termino ng serbisyo. Screening. Rules of volleyball. The players on the serving team must not prevent their opponent through individual or collective screening from seeing the server or the flight path of the volleyball. A player or group of players on the serving team make a screen by waving their arms, jumping or moving sideways, or by standing grouped together to hide the flight path of the volleyball during the execution of the serve. The factors to be weighed when judging whether a screen is being committed are relative position of the players on the serving team, path of the serve. The factors to be weighed when judging whether a screen is being committed are relative position of the players on the serving team, path of the serve, speed of the serve, and trajectory of the serve. Play the ball. Each team must play within its own playing area. However, the ball may be played beyond the free zone. The volleyball may be retrieved from beyond the free zone if the surface change less than 1.25 centimeters or 1/2 inch. The secondary surface is the lower than the free zone, and the area is free obstruction. Playing a ball over a non-playable area. In the rules of volleyball, non-playable areas are defined as walls, bleachers or spectator sitting areas, team benches, and any area behind the team benches, the area between the scorers' tables and team benches, any other area outlined by the referee in the pre-match conference. In play, after the referee's whistle for service, the volleyball is in play once the contact for serve has been made. Out of the play, volleyball is out of play once a fault has occurred and is whistled by a referee. If an inadvertent whistle occurs, the rally is ended and the referee must make a ruling that doesn't penalize either team. The ball is in. Rules of the volleyball. The volleyball is in once touches the court. The court's boundary lines are part of the court and are in. The ball is out. The ball is out when the volleyball contacts the floor completely outside the boundary lines, and the volleyball touches an object outside the court, the ceiling, or the person that is out of play. The volleyball touches the ropes, antenna, post, or net itself that is outside the antenna. The volleyball crosses the vertical plane of the net, either partially or totally outside the crossing space, or above or completely outside the antenna. The volleyball completely crosses the space under the net. The volleyball remains in play if it contacts object or the ceiling that is higher than 4.6 meters or 15 feet above the playing area. The volleyball is out and a play over is directed when the volleyball contacts an overhead object that is less than 4.6 meters or 15 feet above a playable area and would have remained playable if the object wasn't present. The volleyball comes to rest on an overhead object above a team playing area and is still a playable ball. If an official media equipment or spectator interferes with the player's legal attempt to play the ball. Playing faults. Rules of volleyball. 4 hits, a team contacts the volleyball 4 times before returning it. Assisted hit, a player gets support from a teammate in order to make a play on a volleyball. Catch, the volleyball is caught or thrown, it doesn't rebound from the contact. And double contact, a player contacts the volleyball twice separate attempts in succession, or the ball contacts various parts of the player's body in succession. Player at the net. Rules of volleyball. Player reaching across the net. A blocker may reach beyond the net provided they don't interfere with the opponent's play before or during the attack hit. After an attack hit, the attacker is permitted to pass his or her hands beyond the net provided their contact has been made within their own playing space. Ball crossing net. The crossing space is part of the vertical plane of the net limited all the sides of each antenna and its imaginary extensions, and by the ceiling, a ball sent to the opponent's playing area must pass over the net within the crossing space. The ball is out of play when it completely crosses the space under the net. And playing touching the net. A volleyball player can make contact with the net during the action of the playing the ball. What does that mean? If you touch the net while jumping to it, hitting or landing, it will be called against. Blocking is the action of players close to the net that deflects the ball coming from the opponent by reaching higher than the top of the net. A block ball is considered to have crossed the net, and the blocking action ends when the blocking player makes a subsequent attempt to play the ball. Multiple contacts of the ball by a players participating in a block are legal during one attempt to deflect the ball. During a block, multiple contacts are considered a single contact even though the ball make multiple contacts with one more players of the block. Player under the net. A player can penetrate into the opponent's space under the net provided that this doesn't interfere with the opponent's play. When penetrating beyond the center line to touch the opponent's court with a foot, feet, or hands is permitted provided that some part of penetrating foot or hand remains either in contact with or above the center line. To contact the body with any part of the body is forbidden. And in order for you to really understand and visualize what I am explaining about, I will show you a video on how to play the ball and play at the net.
Volleyball is played on a rectangular field of 18 by 9 meters. Boundary lines mark the perimeter of the court. The end lines mark the length of the court, and the sidelines mark the width of the court. The attack line is the line that separates the front court, 3 meters area near the net, and the back court, the area between the attack line and end line. The service area is the area beyond the service line where players serve the ball. The height of the net is 2.43 meters for men and 2.24 meters for women. Two antennae are attached to the net above the sidelines and mark the boundaries of the court. They pass 80 centimeters up from the sidelines. Two teams of 6 players rally the ball to each other. As volleyball court divides into attack zone, front row, and defense zone, back row, there are 3 players on each of the zone. Front row players are players who are allowed to block the opponent and attack the ball in the attack zone. Back row players are players who play defense by digging opponent's attack and attack the ball behind attack line. Volleyball positions in a team. Outside hitter, also called wing spiker, left side. Opposite hitter, right side. Setter, middle blocker, center or middle hitter, libero, and in most leagues in United States, defensive specialist, in place of or in addition to a libero. The object of the game is to win 3 sets up to 25 points and be at least 2 points ahead. In the case of the 5th set, it is play up to 15. Each game begins with the serve hit. Player cannot step over line during the serve. The receiving team is only allowed of 3 touches of the ball. The first touch is known as a pass or a bump, the second known as a set, and the third is known as a tag or a spike. A single player doesn't have the right to touch the ball twice in a row. If the team which served wins a point, they keep the same server. If the receiving team wins a point, it wins the serve and its players rotate clockwise.